My expression had dropped the instant I turned around. Emma was there.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
Let's go back to back. Get off the phone, finna come where you at, finna come where you at, and it's just like that. Roll on my sleep so you know me business. When I go up in it, there's no holding back.
Yo, what is good with y'all, man? Okay, what is good with y'all? Okay, we are back with another video for the channel, man. Alright, I hope y'all doing good. Today, we got some more scary videos, man. Some more scary animations, as y'all can see. 3 true Tinder horror stories animated. Alright, we got IMR, scary tales again, bro. We back with some IMR. We gonna see what they talking about, bro. If y'all new to the channel, y'all do end up enjoying this video, man. Don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe, bro. Push on these videos quick on the road to 200 subs, bro. Without further ado, let's get into it, bro.
I remember swiping right on her profile like it was yesterday. The bright screen of my phone illuminated her picture, casting a ghostly glow in my dark room. Her name was Bella, 23 years old. She had an enigmatic smile, one that seemed familiar, yet I couldn't place where I had seen it before. Bella was the epitome of ethereal beauty, a mesmerizing blend of grace and allure. Her eyes were the most striking feature, large and expressive, shimmering like pools of water under the silver moon. They held a depth that seemed almost otherworldly, captivating anyone.
Bro, you gotta relax. Like, you gotta relax, bro, okay? Alright, she's bad, bro, okay? You say she's bad, like, dang, bro, she don't know you yet. Oh my gosh, y'all hear the way he's describing her looks? Charismatic under the sun style marble
place where I had seen it before. Bella was the epitome of ethereal beauty, a mesmerizing blend of grace and allure. Her eyes were the most striking feature, large and expressive, shimmering like pools of water under the silver moon.
Like,
they held a depth that seemed almost otherworldly, captivating anyone who dared meet her gaze. Her long hair cascaded down her shoulders in luscious waves, the color of midnight, a stark contrast to her fair porcelain skin. It framed her face perfectly, highlighting her high cheekbones and the delicate curve of her jawline. Her thin lips were curled into a subtle, enigmatic smile, her figure slender and tall. Every aspect of her appearance was harmonious, creating an aura of elegance and an undeniable magnetic pull that was impossible to ignore.
Okay, dude, bro, what the heck is he saying right now? Oh, that was a full 1 minute and 21 seconds of him being horny. Like, bro, I feel the gravitational pull. Every single ounce of her body screams harmonious. You gotta relax, twin. We haven't even gotten to the story yet. Almost 2 minutes of him just being horny. I've never heard anybody described in that way ever. Be a poet, dude.
That was impossible to ignore. Her bio was intriguing, but vague. Just a quote from a famous poet. Really into true crime documentaries, preferred to Netflix and chill, and had a thing for good food. I felt drawn to her, somehow wondering if I have come across her before. After a few exchanges of witty banter and flirtatious remarks, we agreed to meet at a local bar. I had never been there before, but the name sounded oddly familiar. As I approached the bar, a strange sensation washed over me. The neon sign flickered, casting a surreal light on the pavement. It felt like I was walking into a scene from a movie that I had seen long ago, a sense of déjà vu that I couldn't shake off. The bar was dimly lit, with old jazz music playing in the background and a familiar and cigars lingered in the air. The atmosphere was intimate, almost too perfect. She was already there, seated at a corner table, her eyes reflecting the dim lights. As our eyes met, a shiver ran down my spine. She was even more captivating in person, her presence both alluring and somehow unsettling. We hit it off immediately. Conversation flowed effortlessly, as if we had known each other for years. Her laughter was infectious, and her stories were fascinating, yet they tinged with an eerie familiarity. She spoke of places she had visited, books she had read, and her love for old horror films, many of which were my favorites too.
Might be a stalker,
As
bro.
the night progressed, she made casual remarks that sent jolts of recognition through me. She mentioned a book I was currently reading as if she knew it was on my nightstand. She referenced a horrific dream, exactly like the one I had a week ago, a chilling nightmare that I hadn't shared with anyone. Each coincidence was more bizarre than the last, blurring the lines between reality and something otherworldly. When I finally gathered the courage to ask her about these strange coincidences, she was quick to brush off my question with a smile. But then she dropped a tantalizing prospect. She invited me to her place. By then, the drinks had clouded my judgment, and her sheer allure was irresistible. I agreed, but I could not have fully understood the gravity of my inebriated decision. The drive to her place was a blur. The streets were empty and the night seemed unusually still, as if the world was holding its breath. But when we arrived at her apartment, a chilling realization dawned upon me. I had been there before. The layout, the particular painting on the wall, the shaman rugs with weird symbols, even the way the door creaked as it opened, it was all too familiar. She was quick to lead me to her bedroom and close the door behind her. She leaned in to kiss me on my cheek before excusing herself to fill us some wine. But as soon as I was there and saw a particular book on the top of her desk, I froze. Dark Magic of the Amazons. And in that moment, the deja vu, the dreams, the nightmares, they all made perfect sense. My memories flooded back in fragments, disjointed and hazy. I remembered swiping right on her profile, but that was not yesterday. It was the day before. The same bar, the same conversations, the same eerie coincidences. I had lived this very night the previous day as well. But there was something more sinister that I had forgotten. My heart raced as I recalled the chilling discovery from the previous night that I had spent at that place. I had seen her slip something into my drink, an act overshadowed by the horrifying sight that followed. In her kitchen, amidst the normalcy of utensils and herbs and Indian spices, lay a collection of knives like one I had never seen before. It made sense to me later that they were not meant for cooking, but for something more gruesome. And then, I had come across the bones in her trash, human-like, scattered carelessly, which she had nonchalantly explained were for her dog. Whatever she had spilled into the drink last night was slow to take effect, because in that moment, I recalled saying to myself, "There's no dog in this apartment." Panic had surged through me as the truth dawned. She wasn't just a strange woman from Tinder, she was dangerous. I'd grabbed a knife from her kitchen, and naturally, when she came at me later with a meat cleaver, she was surprised to find me stabbing her heart. I had acted in self-defense. Before I could even think what I had done, I was quick to dump her body in the bathtub. I had fled, the horror of that night haunting me. But as these memories resurfaced, reality twisted into a nightmare. If she was dead, then who was the woman standing before me with 2 wine glasses? I excused myself to the bathroom, hoping to make sense of the chaos. The bathroom was exactly as I remembered from the previous night. Cold, sterile, and immaculate, except for the overbearing stench. And then there she was, in the bathtub, lifeless, just as I had left her body.
What the heck?
The room spun around me, my mind struggling to comprehend the impossible. If she was dead, who was the girl outside? Returning to the living room, I was met with the most terrifying sight of my life. The woman, the one that I had been with all night. But she was different. Her eyes were pitch black, voids of darkness that seemed to consume the light around her. Her skin was unnaturally pale, and the...
That still hits.
one that I had inflicted was a grotesque testament to her death. In that moment, the horrific truth became clear. I had been on a date with a ghost, the vengeful spirit of the cannibalistic woman I had murdered the previous night. She had orchestrated this nightmarish repeat of our last encounter, a macabre replay leading to her ultimate revenge. As she lunged at me, her teeth transformed into scissor-like blades, a twisted smile on her ghostly face. I stumbled backward, terror gripping my heart. The world around me faded into darkness soon as fountains of blood gushed through my neck, and as life started escaping my body, I felt her cold, purple lips kissing my cheek for one last time.
Wow. Wait, so like, what was she do? So like, if he was doing that if she was doing that repeatedly, were they technically like crush like every single time? That's a freaky ghost, bro.
Fresh out of university, 21 years of age and finally single. I was in my flat reading over the final few breakup texts from just days before. Her name was Emma. I stared at them for a good hour or so, trying my best to process it all.
Okay.
Reading through them all, I felt no need to cry. There was no sadness or disparity left within me, only fear. I was terrified of her. It had only been 3 days, but it already seemed like such a distant memory. Every single one of her messages reeked of manipulation and the signs of a true psychopath.
Sounds like
The
my
worst
ex!
part of it was my responses. Pretty much every text I replied with consisted of, "I'm sorry," or "It's my fault." I never once stood up for myself, and even trying to tell her no would be enough for her to guilt trip me.
Man. You gotta go through it, bro. Like, you gotta go through it, bro. Like, it's a canon event, bro. It's for your character development, bro. Trust, bro. You'll think it, bro.
Be enough for her to guilt trip me. One accidental step out of line and she ignored me for days, forcing me to come crawling back to her every single time.
Crazy.
It wasn't as if I had anyone else to go to either. At the beginning of our relationship, she went through my phone and messaged every single one of my friends, telling them I was going away and not to talk to me ever again.
What the heck?
On our second date, I remember my phone going missing. That was probably when it all started. I could even see it at the end too. One of her final messages read,
"You don't need anyone but me, Evan. I am your one and only. Now stop acting so ridiculous and maybe I'll forgive you, but you better make it up to me."
I could hear her in my head. Her voice was shrill and angry. By that point, I had already been trying to get out for months. I just didn't have the courage to leave, to tell her what I really thought. I skipped through the rest of the messages, going all the way down to the final one, the nail in the coffin, the goodbye. "I'm done, Emma. Goodbye." I read it out loud. I was so proud of myself.
Oh, yeah.
I was finally free. Right underneath it, before I had the chance to block her, she had already sent a reply back.
You've got some new bitch, haven't you?
Even reading it now, I still cannot believe I fell for her. The emotional horror she put me through still haunt me even to this day. It was like my life wasn't even mine.
Crazy, bro.
I took a deep breath after I finished rereading them all. I then swiped off and opened Tinder.
Yes, sir.
That
Tinder
was my freedom. I swiped left,
what we looking
right,
at? What we looking
left,
at?
right.
Wait, hold on.
It said
Wait.
I swiped was my freedom. I swiped left, right,
Oh, yeah, no.
left,
Oh, no, she cool.
right,
Well,
right,
okay.
etc. My inbox
Dang.
was filled with messages, new people. God, it had been
take your
so
time,
long.
bruh.
My eyes were in total awe at just how many women there were, all of them so beautiful. But deep down, I still struggled with the fact that any one of them could be another Emma. Looks mean nothing when the inside is rotten.
Yo.
However, I refuse to let the memory of Emma ruin any more of my life than it
bro,
had
you'll
done
be alright, bro.
already. I had a date the following week. Her name was Libby. A week later, I found myself sitting across from Libby in an Italian restaurant, gorging on pizza. The restaurant was close to both of our homes, so we didn't have a train or a bus to catch, so the stress was light. We spent the whole of the night laughing, smiling, and talking.
Okay.
The date really couldn't have gone any better. That was until I turned around, looking for a waiter to get us another drink. My eyes immediately locked on a familiar face pressed up against the window outside. I blinked,
Yo!
too stunned to speak. Then they vanished.
How
My
did she
heart
find
rate
him?
soared. I needed a moment. Excuse me, Libby. I'm just gonna head to the toilet.
No worries. Don't be too long. Our dessert will be here soon.
She smiled at me, and for a moment I felt safe again. I walked off in the direction of the toilet. My expression had dropped the instant I turned around. Emma was there.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
I remember trying to cover
look
my
at her
cheek.
creeping. Yo, what the
Since I
heck?
turned around, Emma was there.
Look at her. Oh, she creeping on a youngin', bro. Her eyes are peeled, bruh. Her eyes are peeled back, bro.
Trying to cover my cheek as a few tears had begun drooling down
Yo,
it.
you're crying?
Once inside, I tried to take a deep breath, wash my face, anything to slow myself down. I was already sweating heavily from the armpits.
Bro, you're good, bro.
I
Just get that
needed to
restraining order,
regain
bro.
control. But just as I went to dip my face below the tap, the sound of heavy feminine breathing started from within one of the stalls.
No way she went in
Slowly,
the
I
bathroom.
began to lift my head
How?
to face the mirror. The second my eyes leveled with it, I saw a window at the top of the closed
What
stall.
the heck?
It was wide open. I saw my face drop. My eyes started watering.
Bro, man
My
up, bro.
entire
Get in
body
there.
Froze.
I told you, Evan. I told you no others.
A voice came from within the stall. It was full of bloodlust. I began to back away, but it was already too late. In an instant, the door was flung open,
Oh,
revealing none
shoot.
other than Emma standing in the
Oh!
middle of the stall, a knife gripped tightly in her palm. I went to lift my hands up, as if
Bro,
to
get
tell her
active,
to
bro.
calm down. Wrong decision. Her nose flared,
Oh.
and her eyes started burning.
You broke the rules, Evan. I told you no others, and you do this? I can't let this go unpunished, Evan.
Yo!
You deserve this.
All of a sudden, Emma burst out from the stall, knife in hand. She charged straight towards me and managed to plunge the knife right into my leg before I hooked her on the side of her face.
Oh,
The force
shoot!
of the blow knocked her straight
Dang!
back into one of the closed stalls. Seeing my opportunity
How did he manage to
presented
get one
itself
off, though?
before me,
Come on, bro.
I dashed straight for the exit. Whilst limping out into the restaurant, I screamed for help as I watched my blood spurt all over the floor.
Bro, how did you
There
manage?
were
Bro, how did
plenty
you let her
of
do
people
that,
in the
though?
restaurant, so I was quick to be helped. I pointed towards the bathroom, directing
crazy
some of the men to keep the door shut so
She's
she
probably
couldn't
out of
get out
there.
again. Fortunately, Libby had seen me and was already on the phone with the police. An ambulance was on the way too. Once my leg was wrapped up to stop myself from bleeding out, they arrived all at once, flooding the place with flashes of blue and yellows. I watched as the police stormed the bathroom. Finally, it had to be over now. But to my utter surprise,
Oh, she's still-
they
yeah,
came
she's-
out with her body. She'd slit her throat. She was dead. Since that day, my physical wounds have healed, but as for my mind,
Oh,
well,
shoot.
the trauma won't even leave me.
I didn't know that
Libby
deep,
and
bro.
I are together now. I'm finally happy. I'm mostly happy. Every night I go to sleep, Emma is staring at me. There's blood dripping from her throat. She's smiling at me. I won't ever be
You need
free.
therapy, bro. Like, you need therapy, bro. You need therapy, bro. Like, look, you saw his girl sleeping peacefully in the bed. Like, dude, help me. I need therapy now. Next one.
I never thought I'd end up in a situation like this, hiding from the public eye like a creep. Funnily enough, it all started with me getting Tinder. I'd just gotten out of a serious
Tinder.
relationship. I spent 10 years of my life with Tanya. She had once
Dang.
been everything to me,
Bro.
only for her charm.
Bro, go back to your wife, bro. Go back to your wife, bro. Go back to your wife, bro. 10 years? That's a decade, buddy. Y'all doing time. That's 10.
She had once been everything to me. only for her charm to fade rapidly when I realized it had all been a lie.
What
Still,
happened?
that's a story for another day.
No, tell
In
us.
the end, it was the app that
Oh,
had forsaken
brother.
me. I'd used it before, albeit somewhat clumsily. I wasn't really the type of guy to just go up to a woman and ask her.
Bro, I never understood relationship. Like, how you with somebody for that long, y'all just break up, bro? Like, what is life after that? With somebody for 10 years, like, just use this as an example. Like, people be really together for 10 years, though, and then they just break up. Get your wife back, bro.
I wasn't really the type of guy to just go up to a woman and ask her out, which somehow translated to me being awkward online as well. But that didn't matter to
Yeah, see,
me.
look at the way
I
you hold your
wanted
phone.
companionship. However, it didn't come without any hurdles. However, it didn't come without any hurdles.
Let's look at this dude's profile, bro. About me. Height and are you kidding? Question mark. You're adorable. There, plus a photo of him. Nothing about where he lives or being a drummer. Which is the point. Tanya is messing with him through several accounts, but he doesn't realize it due to being so lonely. What are you talking about? So no wonder he can't get any girls. Like, what is his bio?
Companionship. However, it didn't come without any hurdles. Tanya, she's always making my own.
Tanya needs to be locked up, Joker. What the freak is this?
Down after
Hey,
all.
nah.
Just let me see you one more time.
She even called for a wellness check at my old job.
The police said you don't work at the office anymore. Are you okay? Let me see you.
You've blocked Tanya from contacting you. To unblock her, I kept ignoring her. And finally, after a few days, she gave up. I couldn't keep on living with her chasing me around like that. I needed
Bro, better
to
be
be
lucky
able to
somebody
do
is
things.
with that Tinder
And
bio.
so, I trusted that Tinder would match me with other people. People who would learn to appreciate me. Liz likes you. Sarah likes you.
Okay.
Effie likes you.
Okay.
I sought out the embrace of someone who could accept me for who I was.
Effie.
A few
Come on,
weeks
name.
were spent like that, with me running after women who'd never give me the time of day.
Look at-
One was more beautiful
Oh,
than
dang!
the other, but they all seemed to be just messy likes you.
Gosh, can you get any more boring? I feel like I'm talking to a wall. I thought a drummer would at least know how to talk to people. Sorry, but I'm allergic to cats and lazy people.
Dang!
Bye, just bye.
Tracy was everything I wanted.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, I know that this sounds a little silly, but I saw that you have a cat in your pictures.
Yo.
Hey,
Oh my
just
gosh.
bye.
Just
Wanted.
took 4 back-to-back L's.
Hey,
on all
I know that
matches.
this sounds a little
Oh my
silly, but I
God.
saw that you have a cat in your pictures. I recently lost my cat after 10 years, so that warmed my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Whiskers is getting a bit old, but she's great. She's missing her mom, though. I deleted what I'd written as quickly as I typed it, telling myself that this wasn't about Tanya. No, this was about me and Whiskers. She could use some love from others, though.
Really?
Yeah, we moved to a smaller place recently with her, so she's been a bit antsy, to be honest.
Oh, I see. Maybe she needs a garden to roam. You could always bring her to my place. My Whiskers used to love running around in there.
Her cat was called Whiskers, too? What a coincidence, I thought. I guess. I let out a sigh. I liked where the conversation was going, but I just didn't really know how to keep it going. I knew that it was expected of me, and
It's freaking lame.
So, Tom, you didn't say much about yourself on your profile. What big secrets are you hiding?
saved by an angel, I thought. Though the question made me a bit nervous. Not much, to be honest. I'm unemployed at the moment, but seeking a job soon. I, had some rough times.
Oh, I see. Would you like to talk about it? I can always go over to your place and comfort you.
I
Chill.
Maybe not yet. Sorry, it's just that I don't know
Inviting
you very
yourself
well,
over to
and
his place
That's
is
okay,
crazy.
I understand. I guess you're smarter than I gave you credit for.
nothing came after that. I wanted to punch myself in the
I gave you credit for.
Nothing came after that.
I guess
You see
you're
the
smarter than I
Tracy
gave you credit
unmatched
for.
shit? Dang,
Nothing
like
came after
dang,
that.
bro.
I
Like,
wanted to punch
like dang, bro. They doing my man's dirty. How are you gonna invite yourself over to his crib? Talking about, oh yeah, what secrets are you hiding? Oh, bro, don't want to say all that right now. I guess you're smarter than I gave you credit for, unmatched. Like, dang.
answer her question without offending her somehow.
You're good,
Still,
bro.
the more I stared at her picture, praying for her to send me a new message, the more I felt like she was familiar. I shook the feeling off. I stared at my screen, hands itching to write, but just before that, another notification popped up on my screen. Huh. Before that, another notification popped up on my screen. Huh, that was more popular than I thought. It made me smile a little.
Oh, brother.
At least I could forget about Tracy for a bit. Or so I thought. Elizabeth was stunning, though she seemed to
Yeah,
be quite secretive about herself in her bio.
Hi,
I see
handsome.
what's stunning, buddy.
As
Not
silly as
slick.
that is, the compliment made my cheeks flush. It was nice to be cherished.
And it made her have
Tanya
fun.
used to be really good at that. Hi, pretty.
Let's drop the formalities. Want to meet up?
I was startled.
Like
I knew that
that?
Tinder
Wait,
was
bro.
full of people like her who wanted nothing more but quick love, but I was a bit worried. Still,
Hi,
I was
wanna meet up?
desperate
Like,
to at
bro,
least
bro,
meet up
bro.
with some people. I've been
Look how startled
very
he
lonely.
is.
Yeah, I guess. Want to grab a coffee first, or
No, I trust you won't do much to me.
What did he
We can
say?
meet up at your place.
What? Block. Unmatched.
I'll work for you.
Bro, this
I
gotta be
stared at the
easiest-
screen for a second.
easiest
Something
thing
about
ever.
that message ignited that little warning siren in my head.
Oh, really?
I wasn't sure what it was, but I wanted to be cautious. Still, I didn't want another conversation to end so abruptly. I guess.
Awesome. I'll set out now.
I quickly typed where I lived into the app, deciding that Eliza must have forgotten to ask for it. That perhaps should have been my clue to run away. But I was so lonely.
On my way to see you, handsome.
Huh? I remember confusion as Tracy messaged me right after my last awkward attempt to talk to her. Maybe she sent it to the wrong person, I wondered. Still, she'd blocked me. Sorry, wrong.
Is it though, Tommy?
Something snapped in me then. I wasn't sure what it was
Oh,
just
that
yet.
boy texted the
One
same
minute I
person.
was giddy, getting ready for my date. The next, worried. Are you playing with me? Do I seem that desperate?
No, my love. I'm the desperate one.
What? Only a few seconds later, Tracy sent me a message, but the picture wasn't of her.
His face.
No, it was Tanya holding my cat.
Poor Whiskers snuck out again. Don't worry, I'm bringing her back in.
Tanya,
Yes, my love? Yes, my love? Gosh, you're still as clueless as you used to be.
Know what I mean?
So innocent. So silly. Don't worry, I'm almost home. Whiskers still knows her mommy.
And he just
Thanks
said
for
her
letting
hello
me back
too.
in your heart after last time.
GG's.
I needed to run, but I heard the door slam shut loudly.
She came over
Was
there
she in my
fast.
apartment? But how? Had she found my keys?
Oh, Tommy, where are you?
Tanya looked different from how she used to.
Oh, really?
Her hair was unkempt, her bloodshot eyes. There was a tremor to her hands
Oh,
as she
oh,
stuck
she
her
looked- she
head
looked a little
in through
different,
the
huh?
door, rotting teeth curling into a disgusting grin. She held a knife above her head
She
and
been
a pair
on that
of
stuff.
handcuffs in the other.
I've looked for you all over the place, and now I have you. I can bind you to me forever.
I don't know how, but
yeah.
I managed to push her away, her frail bones creaking as I pressed her into the wall. I wanted to punch her, and so I did.
Dang, right
I
hook.
ran.
Okay.
It's all been just an elaborate ruse and nothing else. Only Tanya was foolish enough to care about me, but I didn't care.
That dude
I-
did the.
I did what I had to and then ran out as far as I could. And now, Now
Hey, he
I
had no
don't
business,
think
bruh.
anyone could find me. I live in the forest, like some animal. Somehow, I still hope that someone will seek me out.
Why are you in the forest, dude? Relax. Wait, what the heck? Bro, chill, dude. You had no business. Get the cops. Why are you in the forest like a madman? Like, what the, bro, chill, bro. Nah, he gave her that clean right here. He had no business quick, bro. Alright, y'all, man. That was 3 true Tinder horror stories, bro. If y'all did enjoy the video, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe, man. We on the road to 200 subs, bro. I appreciate all the new subs, viewers, man. Alright, man, we bust on these videos quick, man. Alright, till the next video.